Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe discussion video on how the temple door and rooms work, or how they function and all of that. How do they work? You know what I mean. This one was pretty much requested or thought of slash inspired by and was made by Izzy Dark Trip. Kind of the same thing with last week's discussion video, but instead of like fully talking about her like topic or question that she wanted, I kind of talked about the temple itself and not the rooms and the fusion rooms and all of that, what she pretty much wanted. But I did say in that video that I would talk about her thing later in the future, and the future is right now. So, what is the temple room, the doors, how do they all work? One thing I've noticed with the temple door, at least kind of with the rooms as well, and with the temple itself, it all connects. All the rooms connect in one way. It's kind of like an elevator. The door is, at least. It works like an elevator. And at first I thought it was just the door opens and then that's the room, and it'll just like teleport you there. No, it kind of works like an elevator in some sort of way, because if you see the picture on screen right now, I saw that a while back, and that blew my mind. Now, a lot of you probably already thought about that, or just already seen this thing, or just knew how the temple worked and all that. Yeah, granted, I'm slow when it comes to this type of things. I don't really search up Steven Universe stuff all that much anymore. But this was fascinating to me because you see, Pearl's room is all the way at the top, just like at the temple. Pearl's is at the top. The water comes all the way down. Then it's to Amethyst's room. And then a little bit down, or just kind of right next to it, would be the temple heart, or the crystal heart. That's where that'd be. And then, I guess if I talk about this, I'm guessing if it does work, I'm guessing within probably like the hand, or just probably somewhere within the temple, probably in the same area of like the crystal heart, kind of close to it. That's probably would be Ruby and Sapphire's room. They would probably be in that area. I'm not too sure about that. Sapphire's room would probably be all, I wouldn't say completely filled, but it would be a little bit icy, uh, completely just cold, completely cold to the point where Steven probably couldn't do anything. So human life is not suitable there, of course, unless you bring a lot of like layerings and blankets. So that's what Sapphire's room would be like, and then Ruby's room would be a bit fire, not all fire and stuff, but just, tiny little fires here and there, and just extreme heat temperatures and all that. That's pretty much what it'd be. Kind of like the room within the test, Garnet's room, or her area in the episode The Test. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's what it would pretty much be like. And then going back to the elevator thing, down from the Crystal Heart would be Rose's room, all the cloud stuff, because it's in the stomach or belly button area. And then all the way down is the burning room slash Garnet's room, or as I like to call it, the basement, because it kind of works like that. And that's where they store all the gems they capture, and poof and bubble, that's where they send them to. So that's how the temple door works pretty much. It works kind of like an elevator and all that. And I thought that was really cool, actually. As well, the temple can be rearranged by the gems if they do try, or if they just want to. So, because like in the episode The Test, recalling to that, they rearranged it, as I said. They did all that, and then they kind of controlled it to the point where they wanted specific things like the hazards, obstacles, and all that wouldn't even really touch or get near Steven. They would just stop. So they have control of the room pretty much entirely, but I'm guessing, without them modifying and controlling all that stuff, the default would be the rooms that we usually see. Pearl's, like, water pillars, Amethyst, junk, Garnet's, I don't know, bubbled area. I guess you could call that Garnet's room, since she always goes in there. Or just the burning room, and then Rose's clouds slash like Steven's clouds, since it's his room as well. Now on to the second part of Izzy's question, topic, or suggestion, however you want to call it, fusion rooms. Now, as again, I'm not specifically sure what you want me to talk about when it comes to this type of thing. I don't know if you mean like how they work or what they would look like, because if it's what they would look like, that's not really my thing. The reason why I say that is because Cartoon Universe has been doing that for I don't know how long, if I'm right, they draw out what the fusion rooms would look like. I think that's what they do. I'm not too sure. I don't really watch a lot of Steven Universe content anymore on YouTube. But yeah, that's what they do. But one thing I can talk about the rooms, or at least how it works, and it's kind of connected to the door again, is that as Garnet said about sardonyx, if, well, not just specifically sardonyx, but just any fusion, if the fusion does not exist, if it's not formed, if it's not active, anything, then their room as well does not exist. It'll fall apart or just not exist. It will not just be there. So the door won't really open if, if sardonyx is not there and if you want sardonyx room. But then this got me thinking, well, what if a gem, just a solo gem, a singular gem, what if they were poofed? Would the door open? But then I realized in the episode Reformed, in Amethyst's room, they were fighting the Slinker, or the Slinker? Yeah, that's what it was called, the Slinker. And Amethyst was getting poofed by it left and right, I think 3 or 4 times, maybe 5. She was getting poofed, yet the room was still completely fine. So I'm guessing that if a gem is poof, then that means the room is just completely fine. Nothing terrible will happen to it. Another example is that Steven's gem, or at least Rose's gem specifically. Steven has access to Rose's room, but he's not Rose, of course, because Rose is physically not here. She's just no longer with us. Her physical being is not here. Her gem is still here, though. It's with Steven. It's part of him now, and that's why he can open the room. So, in conclusion, I'm guessing this is how it works, or at least how it should work, or it would. If the gem itself is shattered, at least, if the gem just does no longer exist, then the room doesn't exist. It kind of works for fusions. If the fusion isn't formed, or if it doesn't exist, then the room is also not formed. It's pretty simple as that. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. Oh, well, actually, there's one more thing, I guess, kind of like a question for you. What would you think? I kind of wrote this down, but I don't have like an answer to it yet because I don't really have evidence to it so much. But that's the point of these discussion videos. What if a gem was cracked? For Amethyst, what if she cracked her gem again somehow, fooling around or something? Would the door open? Would it not? I'm guessing not, because the gem itself is all glitchy. And if the room does open, I'm guessing if the door does open, the room would probably be a little messed up. Kind of like that? Maybe. I'm not too sure about that. That's kind of for you as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this discussion video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, or concerns, or discussion topics that you would like me to talk about next week or in the future. Please, guys, give me something to talk about. Oh, and one last thing for Hakeem King. I know you wanted me to talk about the galaxy warps being destroyed, and you wanted a theory on that. Here's the thing, though. It honestly does not deserve like an entire theory video for itself. That doesn't really seem necessary. Here's what I think about that, so I can just get this out of the way. Not trying to be rude or anything, but here's what I think about your question or your theory that you wanted me to talk about on, how the galaxy warp's being destroyed. The crystal gems, after the war at least, Rose, Garnet, Pearl, and maybe some other people, but those 3 gems, they went to the galaxy warp and they destroyed all of the warps that they possibly could, so Homeworld doesn't come back with reinforcements, even though they did surrender, but just in case. They wanted to be on the safe side. That's pretty much it. That's why it doesn't really deserve, like, an entire theory for that, so I just answered your question here. So, yeah, as again, leave this discussion topics in the comments below. Fan art, email is in the description. Tell me about it and sell me it if you want to, and you draw it, all that stuff. But other than that, see you next time. Bye.